Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into a high-energy recap of World Cup Group B. And let me tell you, we just witnessed an absolutely historic night of football. We're going to break down two incredible matches that delivered complete chaos, unforgettable moments, and just relentless action out on the pitches in Vancouver and Los Angeles. Think about this for a second. 10 goals, 3 red cards, all in one single night. The sheer volume of action and the massive stakes at play here are just staggering. If you were looking for intense tactical battles cracking wide open, or literally historic scoring runs, well, you definitely found them. So let's head up to Vancouver first to see exactly how half of these goals played out. Section 1. The Canadian Avalanche Total Dominance in Vancouver. Okay, 1930. Why is that specific year so crucial right now? Well, because at an absolutely rocking BC Place, Canada didn't just grab their first ever World Cup win by completely dismantling Qatar 6-0. We also got to witness a purely unbelievable individual performance. Jonathan David completely cemented his legacy, becoming the first North American to score a World Cup hat-trick since 1930. I mean, talk about a truly clinical performance from Les Rouges. Now let's walk through this dizzying first half, because it was a total collision of Canada's sharp scoring and, frankly, Qatar's complete lack of discipline. The physical tone gets set right away. Just 9 minutes in, Canada's Derek Cornelius picks up a yellow. But then, the floodgates just burst open. In the 16th minute, Cy Larin pounces on a rebound. Boom, 1-0. Then, the Jonathan David show officially kicks off with this beautiful low volley in the 29th minute. And just 4 minutes after that, disaster strikes for Qatar. Homam Ahmed commits a last-man foul. The ref heads over to check the VAR monitor, comes back, and upgrades the yellow to a straight red. So now they're down to 10 men, and Qatar instantly gives up another goal to David right before the half. But wait, because the chaos spills right over into the second half. So here is where things go from bad to absolutely catastrophic for Qatar, right after the break. We hit the 53rd minute, and SC Modibo goes in for a really dangerous tackle that actually causes a serious leg injury to Canada's Esmail Kone. The ref pulls out another straight red card. Suddenly, Qatar is down to just 9 men on the pitch. 9. And from that exact moment, the match just became a total formality for Canada. With a 2-man advantage, Canada takes full, ruthless control. First up, Nathan Saliba slots home a gorgeous free kick in the 64th minute. Then, a genuinely brutal moment for Qatar. Mohamed Manai accidentally deflects a cross straight into his own net in the 75th minute. And finally, the ultimate cherry on top. In the 92nd minute, Jonathan David slots home his 3rd goal of the night, sealing that historic hat-trick and capping off a massive 6-0 statement victory. But, while this absolute avalanche of goals was coming down in Vancouver, a completely different reality was unfolding at the exact same time down in Los Angeles. Match 1 was a blowout from the opening whistle, right? But match 2, that was a tense, agonizing 70-minute defensive chess match. Section 2, the tactical gridlock. Tensions boil over in LA. So for 70 solid minutes, this Switzerland versus Bosnia matchup was completely locked down. I mean, Bosnia put on an absolute defensive masterclass. Their backline was like a fortress, but you could physically feel the pressure and the frustration building up on that pitch. Amar Dedic gets booked in the 59th minute. The legendary Edin Dzeko follows him into the ref's book just 2 minutes later. And then Switzerland's Nico Elvedi answers with a yellow of his own in the 65th. The pot was boiling over, right? Something had to give. And then came what is easily the substitution of the tournament so far. In the 71st minute, Swiss manager Murat Yakin makes this massive, game-changing decision. He looks over to his bench and calls up a 20-year-old kid named Johan Manzambi. And literally 3 minutes later, pure magic. Manzambi makes an instant, incredible impact. In the 74th minute, he connects with this spectacular, sharp volley to finally shatter that Bosnian defensive fortress. Boom! 1-0 Switzerland, all thanks to the 20-year-old sub. Talk about a real game changer. Now, think about what happens when a team that has defended flawlessly for 70 minutes suddenly finds themselves down a goal. They have to push forward for an equalizer, but in doing so, Bosnia left themselves totally exposed at the back. Just 6 minutes later, in the 80th minute, Tarek Maharamovic hauls down Brielle Embolo to deny a clear goal-scoring opportunity. The referee doesn't hesitate, straight red card. Bosnia drops down to 10 men, and the floodgates, they're officially wide open. With the man advantage, the stoppage time chaos really kicks into high gear. The Swiss avalanche starts with Ruben Vargas curling an absolute beauty into the net in the 84th minute to make it 2-0. Then, in the 90th minute, our impact sub Manzambi smashes home his second goal of the night, 3-0. Now, Bosnia did manage to show some late pride. Erman Mamic sends this thunderous volley off a corner into the back of the net in the 93rd minute to make it 3-1. But Switzerland gets the final word here. In the 97th minute, they're awarded a penalty, and Captain Granit Xhaka, cool as ice, and buries it right in the bottom corner. 4-1 Switzerland.
Section 3, Group B Final Standings. Mountains to climb.
So the dust has finally settled, and the damage from the night is crystal clear. Canada walks away with a historic 6-0 victory, while Switzerland completely dismantles a very tough opponent to win 4-1. The aftermath of this unforgettable night proves that Switzerland and Canada have taken massive, confident steps forward in this tournament. On the flip side, though, Qatar and Bosnia find themselves in really deep trouble, looking at some massive mountains to climb if they have any hope of surviving this group stage. So, I want to leave you with this final thought as we wrap up today's explainer. Look at that 6-0 result. Does Canada's historic scoring spree, completely fueled by Jonathan David's clinical finishing and the ruthless exploitation of Qatar's mistakes, prove that they have the ceiling to absolutely dominate the rest of this group stage? Can this Canadian squad actually top Group B? It's a fascinating question after a night of such explosive football. We'll be keeping a close eye on what happens next, and you definitely should too. Catch you next time.